I'm Jeff Matlow. Welcome to the best leadership podcast ever. My name is Jeff. I'm a three-time entrepreneur, a public speaker, an author, and I help leaders fix problems. Because almost every leader and leadership team has problems, whether it's communication, growth has stalled, culture is going downhill. I'm the guy they call to help them figure it out quickly. Because when you're living inside the pickle jar, you can't read the label outside. I can, and I'll tell you what it says and how to fix it. I love that pickle jar analogy, don't you? I mean, maybe I didn't say it as perfectly as I should have. There's probably a better way to express it, but you know what? I'm going to work on that. I'll optimize what I do. And speaking of optimizing, we have to stop over-optimizing everything in the world. Listen, I don't know about you, but I'm old enough to remember when you could search for something on Amazon and actually get a list of the most popular items that you were looking for. Now the Amazon search results are like a Cracker Jack box of ads, deals, and sponsored copycats of the actual thing I'm looking for, which, by the way, is hidden way down below the fold, and who the hell has the forearm strength to scroll that far? And Facebook? Come on now. It's more like AdBook these days. Oh, and by the way, do you remember when flying on a plane felt special? I do. But now it's been overly optimized. The idea of a great customer experience has been replaced by the prioritization of profit per seat. This is what we call the enshitification of America. And the same thing is about to happen to you in your job. The term enshitification became popular in 2023 when Cory Doctorow, who is no relation to E.L. Doctorow, who is a very famous writer, in case you don't know, Cory Doctorow used the term enshitification in his blog. Here's what it means, and feel free to think about Facebook while I'm describing this. Phase one of a company is when they're good to their users. They grow because they provide value for the users, and that, naturally, brings in advertisers. And that leads to phase two. That's when the companies focus on bringing more value to the advertisers, which means less focus on the users. So quality, meaning, and basically humanity are replaced for profit. And that leads to phase three, where users get discouraged with the platform and they leave. So the company milks everything they can out of the advertisers. And then it gets to phase four, the company dies. It's shitty. That's why it's called enshitification. And we've become a nation of enshitification, which, honestly, should probably be a Blink-182 album name. When it comes to the workplace, enshitification means overly optimizing a company's productivity in order to make as much money as humanly possible. The byproduct of this is sucking the soul and humanity out of the culture. Here's the deal. The world is changing quickly, and it's speeding up with AI. We all know that. This is not anything new. For business leaders, though, it means competition is only going to become more brutal. So the new Darwinian model of company sustainability is probably best defined as survival of the fastest to innovate. So leaders are increasing their focus on the metrics of financial success. They're doing everything they can to increase profits and lower costs. And that means decreasing their focus on creating a great employee experience. Once leaders start talking about increasing productivity, it usually means decreasing humanity. And this is the slow roll down the slope of enshitification. Maybe you still have a good culture at work. Yay you. But that doesn't mean the enshitification hasn't already begun. It just means you haven't noticed it yet. Here are some clues that the enshitification machine has already started moving at your company. First, there's always onness. In the US, the line between work and life seems to be drawn in invisible ink. Let me prove it to you. Are you getting 24/7 Slack messages? Are you getting constant email alerts throughout the night and morning? That's always onness. Creativity is being sacrificed for connectivity. Then there's red alertness. Have you noticed that suddenly almost every task is urgent, but nothing is actually important? And there's tooled to death. Because between things like Slack, Zoom, Teams, Monday.com, and all the rest of them, the tech stack of connection tools has gotten so large, we've actually become more disconnected than ever. And automation overload. We're in a rush to automate our productivity. Humans are increasingly doing the mundane robot work, while we got the AI robots doing the complex human work. So do any of those symptoms sound familiar to you? I thought so. And that means the enshitification has begun. Productivity and humanity used to work in harmony, but that shit is over. Today's productivity involves the process of stripping out humanity and replacing it with speed and scale. In fact, the sudden popularity of remote hybrid work hasn't helped at all. Some call it freedom, others call it flexibility, but the cost of that freedom or flexibility is isolation. And leaders have become so accustomed to not having people around that it's made it easier to disconnect from the humanity of company culture. Out of sight, out of Slack, out of mind. There's a lot less connection and a lot more convenience going on. And now everything suddenly seems disposable, including people, especially people. See, as AI quickly creeps into the day-to-day dynamics of your company's operations, leadership has crunched the numbers enough to realize that replacing humans with automation can increase output and decrease drama. Because AI doesn't leave dishes in the sink, and AI's pets don't poop on the office floor. It's no wonder that 70% of employees feel unseen and disengaged. The feeling of purpose has been flushed down the toilet. And it seems like we've finally optimized the soul out of work. Fortunately, it's not too late to save humanity, or at least save your company's culture. We can reverse the flow of enshitification, and here's how. First, create connection. The lunch break is dead. It's important that you CPR that baby back to life. Create more moments of human connectivity in your company. Number two, respect the border. Let your colleagues have a break from work. Listen, almost every communication tool has a send later feature. Use it. Number three, slow down. Stop glorifying busy and start rewarding downtime and thinking time, because real creativity happens between the work. Number four, reward humanity. Celebrate those times of collaboration and curiosity. It's not just about output and efficiency. And lastly, start measuring what matters. The real things that matter are trust, connectivity, and the feeling of working in harmony with people you enjoy. As it turns out, those things are what improves productivity and revenue. In the end, if we all don't put humanity back into work, work just won't work. Not for your teams, not for your culture, and not for you. The enshitification of work is almost inevitable, so stopping it has to be intentional. Start today. Rehumanize one decision. That's all it takes, just one. If you work one relationship at a time, one connection at a time, humanity comes back. Hey, if this resonates with you and you want to learn how to build back your company culture, that's what I do. Visit me, thebestleadershipcompany.com, to learn more. Meantime, click that subscribe button. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today. I'll be back next week. Hope you join me. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye.